Hi, it's Brian. You probably haven't seen me for a while. Somebody actually suggested that I hold up a newspaper to prove that this video is current. Fuck you. I wanted to share with you something that happened to me. This is something that I'll never forget. It's one of those things that when it happens, it affects you greatly. It affects you deeply. It's one of those things that will affect every moment of every day for the rest of your life. I'm talking about the time I ran into Bozo the Clown. Now, I have a horrible fear of clowns. It's not a joke. I don't like clowns. I try and actually have, little clown things around so I can acclimate myself to the fact that these things are around. When I was a kid, Bozo was on TV. And Bozo was a frightening thing. Bozo was clearly not human. We had a black and white TV. I never knew that, he had red face, and bloody crazy hair. It was just dark and creepy. Black and white. So, Bozo could do things like have kids come up. One of the games they had was they'd have balloons. They had like 5 or 6 balloons. And Bozo would get a kid out of the audience and give him like this giant needle. Like something you stab a giant with. It's just this giant thing. And that kid would take that needle and pop a balloon. And in that balloon is a little piece of paper which tells, what the kid gets. It's like a little prize. Like, hey, you won a game of Battleship. So, as a kid, I couldn't process that. First off, a balloon is something you want to keep in the air. You don't want to poke it with a pin, so he's doing something wrong. Second, when that kid pops the balloon, there's like a gift card in there. Well, that's just the work of the devil. There shouldn't be anything inside the balloon. So Bozo was always just creepy to me. I used to have nightmares about Bozo. Bozo would keep me in a small cage and feed me ketchup. Normal things. So, I grew up physically, and I still was scared of clowns. I'm working at a place called the Post Group. It's this little post house in Hollywood. And it was one of the last kind of full service post houses that would treat your clients like they were clients. We had a cantina, we had a full service kitchen, we have food coming through. And one day, I'm working and I realize I have to work through my lunch, and I get this food voucher to go and get my free lunch because I'm working through lunch. I expect to go down to the cantina, grab a salad, and run back up. I'm making my salad and I'm all happy, and I hear this voice behind me. I know that fucking voice. That's Bozo. I'm in the same room with Bozo. Bozo, the devil clown who wants you to pop a balloon and somehow his Satan gift is in there. The one, he's going to give the gift to the kid and then he's going to kill him and eat the kid. It's just... It's Bozo. And he's behind me. I swear to God I hadn't heard that voice in 20 years. And I knew exactly who it was. I turned around. And it was Bozo. It was Larry Harmon. Larry Harmon played Bozo out here on the West Coast. He's the one who owned the Bozo name. And he's there. And he's he looks human, which is not possible because Bozo was a hideous monster. And I'm not kidding. I actually thought he's wearing a human face. They could be anywhere. So, if you have an unreasonable fear of clowns, don't ever get familiar with the sound of their voice, and God forbid you actually run into one and recognize it in its human form. You will be emotionally scarred for the rest of your life. I can't tell you. It's like, now I see a clown, I actually stick my fingers in my ears and go running. Because, you know, I don't want to know. And I don't want to know what they are when they're human either. Because, you know, they're just like kind of moving among us and trying to learn what scares us and how to eat us. So, he died about 3 weeks after that, so, you know, I'm not really scared of him anymore, unless he's a ghost. Alright, I gotta go to bed.